Hello and welcome. I am Raziel, and today I'm going to be talking about the best beginner box set I believe, in my opinion, but it is a very good one anyway, and that is the Showdown at Retribution for Wild West Exodus. Wild West Exodus is a cowboys and Indians game at its very best, at very simplest, because basically Wild West. But it has a far deeper lore and far more interesting setting than just that. It can be better compared to Cowboys versus aliens, Cowboys versus weird scientists, Cowboys versus everyone. Now, so what makes this so good? Now, if we go from the start, and what's the most important one is the price. It is a £94 box, which of course makes it one of the cheapest. And that's actually pretty cool. And that's a fantastic thing, because what you get in it is well worth the money you get. Because straight away you get two decent factions. You get the Union and the Enlightened. The Union is, well, the Union from the Civil War, but in Wild West Exodus and the Dystopian Age, it is called the Ore War, which is basically based on resources. Which I think is actually quite interesting, given the scientific advancements that are in Wild West Exodus, that slavery wasn't seen to be a actual thing. Though slavery did exist too, but the Civil War was based around that. And this, what makes this even more interesting, is who you can use. In this game, in this box, you get everyone's favourite Serbian scientist, Nikola Tesla. And you get a French engineer, Gustav Eiffel. Now, everyone knows who Nikola Tesla is and what he wanted to do. He wanted to give the world free electricity, which is, a great thing. And he was part of the Enlightened until he realised the Enlightened were giving weapons to both sides. So there was no real advantage for either one. So he joined the Union to give them weapons and help them out. And it was a fantastic idea, and it worked really well. So therefore, in the end, the Union won. They beat the Confederacy, and it happened at Richmond, where like 3/4 of the entire city was just wiped off the map by Ulysses Grant. Anyway, let's talk, and of course, Gustav Eiffel is famous for something or other, I don't know, probably some sort of tower. Now let's actually talk about what's in the box. Now it's a £94 box, and it is split up into two armies, two factions. Now, the best thing about this is that Wild West Exodus is based around posses, so you don't need that many models. You definitely don't need as many models that are in this box. And that just makes it really good, because it's actually gearing up to make it a bigger game than it is at the moment. And so for the Union, you get Nikola Tesla, Carl Fredrickson, Union Bell, 2 Iron Eagles, I'll get back to those in a second, and 9 UR31 Tesla bots. Tesla bots are basically automata. The Enlightened, you get Gustav Eiffel, Smash and Grab, Emily Nukia, 2 Iron Horses, and 3 Monocaths. 3 Monocaths can also be made into Strider Cavalry. So you get a fair whack. You also get the rules, a quick start guide, campaign book, the action card deck, the adventure card deck. Action cards and adventure cards are basically what you need to play the cards, and I believe it is the action card deck. It's quite late here, so I do apologise. The action card deck are, you draw those to see how many actions you can use that turn. Template set, tokens and counters, and dice. There you go, so everything you need to play in the game. And as I said, what makes this really good is that they are bigger than what most posses are. My Empire posse, which I'm building at the moment, and started painting, is only 7 models. My Warrior Nation is 6, my Watchers is also 6, and my Union is 7 as well. But my Warrior Nation is actually getting bigger soon, because I'm building. The Empire is actually being part of that, so therefore it's now 2 posses, as well as a lawman. So, talking of which, this is what makes it good. Now, let's talk about savings, because that's what's important here as well. We need to see how much does the box save you. Now, one of the best things that War Cradle does for Wild West Exodus is this Rules and Governs box. A Rules and Governs box is one of the best things I've seen any company do, and they basically just sell the rulebook, the cards, everything you need to start the game, minus models. So you don't get any models, you just get all the basics that you need to play it. And of course, with games like this, you don't actually have to use walk with models. They suggest you do, but you don't have to. So therefore, you can just buy another posse. So if you don't want to use Enlightened or the Union, you can get that box, and for £68, £67, you can use any other posse on top. So that's that plus the posse. Some posses are more expensive, but that's the average cost. So basically, you are going to be able to use the posse that you wish, rather than just the ones in this box. It's a great idea, and also means like for a little bit more, about £20 amount, you can choose 2 posses which you want to use. So you can have your own starter set. So that's £28. The Iron Horses are £26 each, and you get 4 of those. So that is now 52, so that's £80. And the monocavs are £20 for 2. £22 for 2. £20 for 2, but you get 3, so that is £30. So you're saving money there, even before you hit the named characters and everyone else. That includes the Tesla bots, which are £17 because they're cheap. Really good looking too. Well, some of the nicest looking robots you can get for a game like this. And then I can't really talk about £17. Unfortunately, the named characters, I can't really give them prices, because Legendary Nikola Tesla is a completely different model. It is nowhere near the same. Looks good, but it is a different model. So I can't really use it in comparison for this one, because it's £31. But what I could do, and most average characters are £19. So we could say it's £19. But of course, we're saving money there. So I don't think I need to continue anymore. And Gustav 54 again is a legendary, but he's still kind of spidery, and that's £31. But he is also resin, so I can't really include him. But we do know that he is saving money before you hit the main 2 guys and the rest of the armies. So you are getting a free army. So, which always appeals to me. Like, if you're going to do a start collecting box like this, you should get at least an army free. That's because you might not want one of the armies, or you might want both, or maybe you want to just slap them together in some sort of twisted amalgamation of the Enlightened, because that's what the Enlightened do. And finally, one of the things is those Iron Horses and Iron Eagles. You get 4. And what makes this good is that because you get 4 of them, you can actually make 4 Iron Horses or 4 Iron Eagles. So let's say you do want to choose the Union over the Enlightened, you could just increase the amount of Iron Horses you have just to make your army better. The same with the Union, you could just increase the amount of Iron Eagles. I think it's the other way around actually. They look really similar, and if it's Iron Horses or for the Union, I should know this because I'm reading Lazarus right now, and that's what Willis Shaw says to Doc Holliday. His prickly pride and get on it. So, why should you get this box? Yeah, definitely. Get into Wildest Exodus. It's one of the best games. Really is one of the best games I've played. It is a far more engrossing game than almost anyone can give it credit for. It's not so deep, but it's so much fun. There's so much you can do, and everything is so dependent on chance, and things can go wrong so quickly. And you can have some really heavy objective holders, or you can just do an old shootout. It's just so much fun, and it's basically the best thing is that you do include actual historical figures, which again is some fantastic thing to do. So it's not. I mean, how many other games can you talk about Nikola Tesla fighting Gustav Eiffel, or Doc Holliday, fighting? What else can we say? Jesse James is quite common. Theodore Roosevelt. That would be funny. A lawman fighting Theodore Roosevelt on a dinosaur. But that's a possibility actually, because the lawmen, and they've added this in that the lawmen aren't so quite happy about having the Union snoop their nose in when they're not wanted. Or, Doc Holliday fighting aliens, Wyatt Earp and Morgan Earp fighting aliens. Martha Earp, who died of disease in her young age, is actually a playable model because, the science is so advanced that, he saved her life. Lost her arm, but she saved her life. And she's in one of the most expensive boxes. She's a £50 box, but that includes 3 iron horses. It's a vehicle box, and it's all named characters. If you wanted to go that way, but that's just what I'm saying, okay? Because I think main characters are usually worth more money, and you are ending up saving up what you would pay on anyone else. You are saving money. So yeah, go get the Showdown and Retribution box. You can get it in Wayland Games, link down below. It sounds like a massive advert, I do apologise, but this is really what I believe because it's a fantastic box. It really is. I love it a lot. And get it there. And of course there is Forbidden Planet. Then of course there is my merchandise, there is my Patreon, and my comics. But as always, treat yourself something nice before you actually give me anything. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.